This is The Garden Daycare by Team Captain Jason Moline, Chay, Phelps, and Wesley, Feero. Our proposal for a daycare center within the climate change garden aims to create a peaceful and intimate play and learning space for young children. The nature of this site creates a great deal of friction between the constituents who use it on a daily basis. Not only is it a major circulatory path for students, but it also borders a large institutional building, a noisy frat house, and a major transit route for Centro buses. In addition, maximizing sunlight was also a priority given the nature of the context and the climate. We began with a simple rectangular form and embedded it into the landscape. We utilized operable clerestory windows to run the length of the building, which allows light and ventilation into the space despite its partially underground condition. As expected, the space still felt like a basement, so more light permeation was necessary. In order to achieve this, 2 large light towers were extruded from the ceiling. Each contain a skylight facing northwest and southwest respectively, which allows for adequate light capture throughout the day.
For our area calculations for child care, we had a occupant load of 57 per person, occupant load factor of 35 square feet per person, and by multiplying those two together, we get 1995 square feet, and we ended up rounding that out to 2,000 square feet just to make things a little bit easier, and that's a pretty good space for play in nap areas. We ended up also adding utility spaces of toilets of 100 square feet and a kitchen of another 100 square feet, which added 200 square feet to the total space, giving us a total area of daycare 2,200 square feet. For our egress calculations, according to IPC 1006.2.2.4, Group 1-4 means of egress, rooms or spaces where daycare is provided for more than 10 children that are 2.5 years of age or less shall have access to not less than 2 exit or exit access doorways. And so for our building, we actually have 3, so we're all set there. You can also see that we took into account the staff to child ratio of 5:1. So we have 40 children and 8 staff with a safety factor of 9 extra people or persons. Moving on to our ventilation calculations, according to ASHRAE 62.1 ventilation, breathing zone notated as BBZ is equal to RP times PD plus RA times AZ. And just going through the minimal ventilation rates in breathing zone in table 6.1, we were able to get the different variables and plug it all in to get a breathing zone of 966 cubic feet per minute. Continuing on, we wanted to figure out how quickly we can recirculate the air in that volume of the daycare, and we figured that by taking the volume and dividing it by the cubic feet per minute, we can get that recirculation rate. And so after doing some quick math, we were able to approximate that the volume itself can be recirculated fully within 27 minutes. And with that information, we were able to put our HVAC on a timer of 15 minutes on and 15 minutes off. And then going on from there, we have an operation of 10 hours per day, 7:30 to 5:30. And so that means since our HVAC runs twice in an hour, we have 5 hours in a day, and multiply that by 5 days a week and by 4 weeks in a month, we were able to calculate that our HVAC will be running exactly 100 hours a month. Continuing on with our ventilation calculations, cost on average for a 2,000 square foot area, AC would cost $55 an hour or $55 a month. Heating would be 25 cents an hour or $25 a month. And by multiplying that by the months that we assume to be comfortable and not comfortable, we were able to approximate that AC costs per year would be around $190 to $250, and heating itself would be $200 or actually $190 to $210. Here we can see a site plan. We're just looking at how wind flow might navigate its way around the site, and we can see that our daycare is in a nice little alcove between the life sciences and the cafe. And when here we have a zoomed in, or not really necessarily zoomed in, but an actual plan looking at how that airflow then might make its way into the building. And this is not taking into account of the HVAC system. We have clear story windows, which allow air to traverse through the building nicely and get a good airflow, hopefully throughout the day when the conditions are correct and nice. Moving on to our sound calculations, we were looking at if we could just use sound absorption. But then by closing the space down, adding a lobby area and making the play area a little bit smaller and adding some sound panels, we used Richard 70mm extra bass by a Ecophone, I believe, and that allowed us to get little amounts of reverb, which lead to good speech clarity and a low strength, which means you can talk at a normal voice and expect to have that heard. Here in this site plan again, we can see that we're going to primarily get a lot of sound from the frat and the buses, but we tried using an exterior barrier, outdoor space, and we used natural barriers such as trees and bushes to block out the sound from the frat house and the road, and the building of or the orientation of the building itself allows no direct sound to enter. Just another close-up, seeing how sound then gets dampened by the walls on the interior, and the exterior how the bushes then act as a barrier as well for the player. It also adds a little bit of privacy. Just again, in this section we're looking at how sound will then be deflected off the building and the sound of the natural barrier that we had created. We're also looking interior-wise, the ceiling itself has sound absorption as well, and that leads to a much nicer area to be talking and listening in. For our lighting calculations, moving on, we actually found out that we need around 300 lux for comfortable lighting, since sensitive eyes must avoid bright lights. So again, back to clear story windows, no direct sunlight, just natural glare, no glare, but natural light coming in. And for our artificial lights, we wanted warm to cool white lights, so that would be around 2,000 to 3,500 Kelvin, looking at the chart to the right. So then, just by taking these numbers that we wanted, we plugged them into this light calculator, and we ended up using LED hybrid blue pump number 2 for our main ceiling lights. These are LEDs again, very cost efficient and last a long time. And then for lamps, to add a little supplement of brighter light, we used the Phelps F34T12 Cool White, and that's at a 4,000 Kelvin. I meant to say that the LEDs have 3,000 Kelvin. So you can see on the right we have a pretty nice warm light spectrum for our cozy little daycare. This is just a ceiling plan where we see how the lights would interact with the floor and light up the space. Here we can see how daylighting would come into the space, and so overall we figured that these two elements working one next to another would work well to sufficiently light up the space. Just in section we can see how light would enter through our light towers and our clear story windows, and it gives sufficient, or what we assume to be sufficient, daylighting. Another one, we have the main entrance window, which is quite a large glazing panel that lets a lot of light into the lobby, and the light towers themselves also allow the light to come in. And here is a final render of our little daycare, our garden.